Hello, I'm Dr. Sarami Chen. Let's talk about something you're seeing everywhere. CEOs, athletes, celebrities, all plunging into tubs of ice. They tell you it's the secret to superhuman energy, unbreakable focus, and sky-high testosterone. But what if I told you it's a lie? What if I told you that, for most men, especially men over 60, this cold water trend isn't just useless, it's dangerous? What if I told you it's actually crushing your testosterone levels, raising your stress hormones, and making you older faster? In my 2 decades of practice, I have seen thousands of men come to me with low energy, no sex drive, and that tired, gray feeling. They are doing all the right things they see online. They are forcing themselves into icy showers every morning, and they are inadvertently destroying their male hormones in the process. Today, I am exposing the truth. The secret to hormonal power isn't the cold. The secret is what you do after the cold. It's a protocol that 99% of people get wrong. And I'm going to give you that protocol today. Where are you watching this video from? I'd love to know. Please write it in the comments. It's fascinating to see how far this information travels. Now, let's get straight to the point. When you submerge your body, especially as a man over 60, into ice-cold water, your body doesn't think, "Oh, this is great for my health." No, it thinks one thing: I am dying. It triggers a primal, ancient survival panic. Your entire nervous system slams into fight or flight. Your blood vessels clamp shut, your heart rate skyrockets, and your body floods itself with one powerful hormone, not testosterone. It floods you with cortisol. Cortisol is the stress hormone, the emergency hormone. And you must hear this. Cortisol is the direct #1 enemy of testosterone. Think of testosterone and cortisol on a seesaw. When one goes up, the other must come down. They cannot coexist. When you're 25, your body can handle that cortisol spike. It can bounce back. But when you are over 60, your hormonal system is already under stress. Your baseline cortisol is naturally higher. Your ability to recover is slower. When you hit your body with that icy shock, you are not creating a small, healthy stress. You are dumping a bucket of gasoline on an already burning fire. Your cortisol levels shoot up and they stay up all day. And all day long, that elevated cortisol is like a poison to your testosterone production. It tells your testes to shut down. It tells your brain to stop sending the signals for manhood. You don't feel energized. You feel wired, anxious, and depleted. And you wonder why your sex drive is gone. You wonder why you can't build muscle. You wonder why you wake up at 3 a.m. with your heart pounding. It's that healthy morning shower. It's the mistake everyone is making. But Dr. Mitchell, you're saying, what about the Vikings? What about the studies showing a T-boost? This is the most critical part. They are not lying, but they are only telling you half the story. The benefits don't come from the cold. The benefits come from the rebound, the recovery. The cold plunge is just a dumb trigger. It's a key, but you are sticking that key in the wrong lock, or you're turning it and just leaving it there. The real hormonal magic, the testosterone surge, happens after you get out. It happens when your body, having survived the danger, overcompensates. It's an anabolic rebound that floods your system with healing, muscle building, and male hormones. But this rebound only happens if you follow a very specific recovery protocol. This is the secret that the millionaire CEOs and the high-performance athletes use. They don't just take a cold shower. They follow a 3-part system. And the first mistake most men make? They get out of the cold shower, dry off, and immediately, what do? They drink a cup of coffee. This is, without a doubt, the worst possible thing you can do. It is hormonal suicide. Think about it. You just told your body it's in a life or death survival situation, the cold. Your cortisol is sky high. Then you pour a powerful stimulant, caffeine, on top of it. This is like flooring the accelerator and the brake at the exact same time. You are sending 2 emergency signals at once. Danger, wake up, panic. Your body has no choice. It doubles down on cortisol. It sacrifices everything else to keep you alive and alert. And the first thing to be sacrificed? Your testosterone. You have completely blocked the anabolic rebound. You have zeroed out all the potential benefits. You just got all the pain and none of the gain. If you do one thing, just one thing after watching this video, do not drink coffee for at least 90 minutes after your cold exposure. This 90-minute buffer is the first step of the real protocol. It allows that emergency cortisol to naturally drain away, making space for the good hormones to rise. But to accelerate this process, to force the rebound, you need the second part of the protocol. This is what I call the recovery stack. While you're in that 90-minute no coffee window, you must give your body two very specific all-clear signals. These are two simple nutrients that virtually no one talks about. The first is L-citrulline. You may have heard of this for the pump at the gym, but this is far more important. The cold water clamped your blood vessels shut. This is called vasoconstriction. It's a survival move. L-citrulline is a powerful vasodilator. It does the exact opposite. It forces your blood vessels to spring open, wide. This creates a massive whoosh of warm, nutrient-rich blood to your entire body, especially to your extremities and your testes. This whoosh is the most powerful all-clear signal you can send to your brain. It says, the danger is over, the threat is gone, it is time to rebuild. The brain gets this signal and it finally stops pumping out cortisol. But you need to slam the brakes on that cortisol factory, and that's where the second nutrient comes in, magnesium. Specifically, magnesium glycinate. Think of the cold plunge as flipping on the panic switch in your adrenal glands. Magnesium glycinate is the off switch. It is the master calming mineral. It physically goes to your adrenal glands and tells them to stand down. It stops the panic. Only when cortisol drops, only when the all-clear signal is sent, can your brain finally get to the real work. It finally flips the rebuild switch. It finally tells your testes, okay, the war is over, start production, release the testosterone. This is the rebound, this is the surge. It's not the cold, it's the silencing of the cold's panic signal. So the protocol is taking shape. Cold exposure, no caffeine for 90 minutes, the recovery stack of L-citrulline and magnesium to force the rebound. But there is one final piece. A piece so crucial that if you get it wrong, the entire system fails. It's not what you do, it's when you do it. The gurus tell you to do it first thing in the morning. And for once, they are accidentally correct. But they don't know why. Here is the real secret. Your body already has a natural cortisol spike. It happens every single morning, right when you wake up. It's what gets you out of bed. The Viking protocol is about riding this wave, not fighting it. When you have your cold shower in the morning, you are aligning with your body's natural rhythm. You are taking a hormone spike that already exists and you are amplifying it. You are telling your body, okay, let's get all the stress for the day over with right now in this 10-minute window. The cold amplifies the morning cortisol and your recovery stack, L-citrulline and magnesium, then crushes it back down. This creates a massive hormonal gap, a vacuum, and your body hates a vacuum. What does it fill that new cortisol-free space with? Testosterone. You have effectively front-loaded all your stress into the first 30 minutes of your day, clearing the runway for 16 hours of high testosterone, high energy, high vitality living. What happens if you do this at night? Disaster. Doing a cold plunge at night is insane. You are telling your body to go into fight or flight right when it's supposed to be going into rest and repair. You are artificially jacking up your cortisol levels at the exact moment your testosterone and growth hormone are supposed to be rising for sleep. You will not sleep, or you will get light, anxious, unrefreshing sleep. And here is the ultimate truth that no one seems to understand. Testosterone isn't made in the shower. It isn't made in the gym. Your testosterone, your manhood, is built, synthesized, and released while you sleep. Deep sleep. The kind of sleep you had when you were 20. And that is the ultimate secret of the cold plunge. The real reason you do the cold protocol in the morning isn't just for the morning tea boost. It's because that shock and recover process in the morning programs your body for a deeper, more powerful sleep 16 hours later. By creating such a strong wake-up signal, you automatically create an equally strong shutdown signal at night. Your circadian rhythm, your internal body clock, becomes rock solid. When you lay your head on the pillow, you don't toss and turn, you crash. You go down into that deep, restorative delta wave sleep where all the magic happens. That is when your pituitary gland screams out orders. That is when your testes work overtime. That is when your body is flooded with growth hormone and testosterone. And that is why you wake up the next morning feeling like a king. That is why you wake up with the morning wood you thought was gone forever. It was never about the cold. The cold is just the first domino. It's about the cold leading to the recovery, which leads to the deep sleep, which leads to the real testosterone. Now let's talk about the cold itself. You do not need a $1,000 ice bath. This is another lie sold to you by the wellness industry to make you feel inadequate. You don't need to be in there for 20 minutes. You don't need to be shivering so hard your teeth crack. In fact, for men over 60, less is more. I call it the hormonal shock shower. It's simple and it takes 3 minutes. You start your shower warm, as you always do. Get comfortable. Then you turn it to cold. Not lukewarm, cold. Stay in for 30 seconds. Just 30 seconds. It will be uncomfortable. Breathe. Then turn it back to warm for 30 seconds. Then back to cold for 30 seconds. Warm for 30, cold for 30, warm for 30. That's it. 3 cycles. You have created the shock without creating the trauma. You have flipped the switch, starting the cortisol cascade, which you will now control. You get out. You dry off. You do not drink coffee. You do take your L-citrulline and your magnesium glycinate. You have just performed the complete protocol. You have hacked your hormones. Most men live their lives in a gray zone. Their cortisol is always a little high. Their testosterone is always a little low. They are in a state of chronic low-grade stress. All day, every day. This protocol ends that. It creates a hard reset. It separates your hormones into black and white. You tell your body, we will be in high stress for 3 minutes and in deep recovery for the other 23 hours and 57 minutes. This is how you regain control. This is how you take your manhood back from the modern world, which is designed to steal it from you. The constant notifications on your phone, that's a low-grade cortisol drip. The processed food you eat, that's a low-grade cortisol drip. The bad news on television, that's a low-grade cortisol drip. You are being bled out by 1,000 tiny paper cuts. The hormonal shock protocol is the antidote. It's a controlled burn. You are consolidating all that stress into one tiny manageable moment so you can dominate it, recover from it, and then thrive in its absence. Let's review the system that has been hidden from you. The lie is that cold is good. The truth is that smart recovery from cold is good. The lie is that more cold is better. The truth is that more cold is worse because it creates a cortisol debt you can't repay. The mistake is taking a cold shower and then drinking coffee. The solution is the 90-minute caffeine buffer. The mistake is just getting warm. The solution is the recovery stack of L-citrulline and magnesium to force the anabolic rebound and crush cortisol. The mistake is doing it at night. The solution is doing it only in the morning to ride your natural cortisol wave. And the ultimate secret, the final piece of the puzzle, is that this entire morning ritual is not even about the morning. It's about programming your brain and body for the deepest, most testosterone-producing sleep you've had in decades. You don't have to feel old. You don't have to feel tired. You don't have to accept low energy as your new normal. Your body is a powerful machine. It just has the wrong signals going to it. The modern world is sending panic signals 24/7. This protocol allows you to take back the controls. You create a powerful, acute 3-minute panic on your terms so you can live the rest of your day and the rest of your life in a state of power, calm, and hormonal balance. This is the secret. It's not about enduring the cold. It's about commanding your recovery. Start this tomorrow. 3-minute hormonal shock shower. No coffee for 90 minutes. And give your body the all-clear signals it's been begging for. Stop being a victim of the cold and start using it as the trigger it was meant to be. This is how you win.